Alright, patch video. Or patch stream, rather. Let's go ahead and get started here. So what all changed? Who the hell knows? I didn't look at patch notes. Who needs to read patch notes anyway? Certainly not I. Alright, first things first. Any settings? Any new settings in here? Any display settings? Nope, everything looks about right. Alright, that's perfect. Vendors. I guess I should probably up them to where they were to see if there's anything new. Hey, that guy. Nothing on Grillo. I don't think they announced new weapons, but I'm gonna check anyway. Because why not? Yeah, nothing on you either. Hey, Alex. Let's buy some meds. Alright, so we have a new map called Babel, which was basically Shanty. Do we need to go talk to Lordos to free him? Uh-huh. Interesting, you said at Iana. Maybe it's after the quest chain for cigarettes. No, moving's happening on Monday. Alright, no sound effects yet. Come on, pull it out. Why is the poor civilian crouched? What's the civilian doing there? He just shifts. Oh, 40mm. Cybernetic lungs for Lordos 3. Interesting. Alright. Anything new over here? That's all par for the course. I think he said 6, but I think he only needs 3. You're still a false idol. Crafting is still comically long. Where's Painless at? Yeah, the 31-hour Painless craft. Dog is still petable.
Must take a moment to appreciate the good things.
Well, that's the real test. The real test. Unplayable. The worst patch to ever hit live. I can't believe it. These heathens have had so much time to allow Gunhead to pet the dog. Can't believe it. Alright, in search of Vex. Find Vex. Okay. Alright, so find Vex, step 1. Any more babbles? Apparently, eventually we're gonna free Lordos. We'll see how much we can do on this current patch. Hey, Vizlock. Any other babble quests? Marked for observation. Plant the first camera. Without detection. Interesting. Well, I imagine we're gonna be detected, so let's not worry about that for right now. Let's go back to Maskman. Let's just start with one quest for now, we'll go up from there. Weapons-wise, I will take an RPK, because why not? 7.62, lots of ammo. Oh, that's not a kitted out RPK, let me get a kitted out one. There you go. And just some meds and we'll be fine. We probably want a shotgun too. Just in case we get some cyborgs. Yeah, it should be fine. Alright, Babel. Tac cam? Let's bring a tac cam too, just in case. Hey, Josh. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it might just have some other, like, criteria, like the opals and shield officer. It might be a different criteria. Alright. Bubble.
I hate the surface.
I'm assuming falling is death. I get maybe not in blood. Maybe that's delayed.
Eyes on us. Spread out.
Is that a sniper? Oh, it is a sniper. It's terrifying. What you looking at? I'm guessing there's probably a drone above. He dropped a lot, holy shit. He dropped supplies. He dropped 2 supplies.
This is it. We decide what happens next.
Interesting, their IFFs drop separately. I've heard that it runs better. It feels like it's running better right now. Hold on, let's go ahead and... FPS meter. Just for a bit. Hey, hey. You're getting like 80 frames right now on this map, the new map, which is pretty good considering it's a new map. Alright. I mean, it feels smoother. Apparently, I think in the patch notes they actually did fix the like sync updates, or sorry, the like stuttering in PCs. Yeah, Gunhead is a little bit rough. It's definitely choosing hard mode, but you can certainly do that. Oh. So there's a bit of sway now. I think this is new, right? This didn't happen before.
Make every shot count.
I mean, there's still no recoil at all. Yeah, there's slight amount of sway when you start doing lots of swiveling, which is I think is cool. And it's like it's just subtle enough to the point where it's not like obnoxious. I still do think like recoil needs to get reworked entirely, or just gunplay in general, but like the sway is nice.
Don't miss. Make every shot count.
There's a radar tower up there. I should have brought a flashlight. There we go. I imagine be low enough HP, Reiji. That's currently... Ooh, okay. Jerry can. Oh, it's a nice little UI indicator. Like the flashing. I kind of would think almost like... This works. I kind of would prefer just, it is a new soundtrack. If it was just like there, but like had some opacity to it and like a green outline. It's a bit too weird looking in regards to the flashing. Oh, I guess it only shows that when you're actually not like close enough. That's probably fine then. It's certainly serviceable. Oh, you're inactive. I was like, Oh, was this active beforehand or just get disabled? I guess the question is how high and low can we go? That definitely feels like the end. Is that floating? Yeah, not. Skill jump. Don't fall. Oh, that could be a thing too. That's actually a good call noise. You might turn on the turrets. Hey. Man, this is a fucking drone hell, I will say. Thankfully they're not aggroing to hell and back. Alright, RU1. That's a really cool vista, I will say. I wish there was more verticality, honestly. Like, this is scratching an itch, but it's like, it's just so close to being there. Hey, Duffs. Like, I want more verticality. I want to be able to go up to, like, the rooms up there, basically. That is, like, kinda to some degree what the game I feel is missing, like, to an extent, is, like, the ability to see something in the distance and, like, go there, right? Right now, it's all just spectacle. Like, it would be cool to, like, go up to, like, one of these, like, not all of them, right? But just go up to some of them. Oh, an exo, that doesn't feel great. I don't think I can go down. Wait, there's something down there though. It's a backpack down there. I mean, it's safe, right? I don't think I can get back up though if I drop down there. Don't mind me, just gonna pass on by. Huh. I guess you could probably jump over here if you had like a pneumatic jump. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there might be more levels. At first glance, though, it does... For a vertical map, it does feel somewhat linear. Or not linear, but, somewhat flat. Hey, no, leave me alone. I guess we just need to find the ending of it, right? So we spawned over there. What does the ending entail? Man, I don't think 762, I don't remember 762 having this amount of kick to it. Setting that poor guy flying. There's this over here. We still need to find that little guy. Hold on, let's actually... Before I head that way, there's this floor up here. I think I need to bring a pneumatic jump for this. Nope, got it. Your Ruskin seem pretty squishy here now. I don't see the Civ. Is that him down there? No. Is that him down there? No. Alright, that's 3. I like the soundtrack though. It's a good ambient soundtrack for like a sci-fi kind of map. The problem is it looks so damn cool. Like, look how cool this map looks. Leave me alone! There's so many drones. It does have like a very Tron-y, like, yeah, like cybernetic vibe to it, yeah. Literal drone hell. Oh, you got a little room here. There's a jerry can. Goodbye, tack cab.
As perfect a day as any.
Let's go power the generator. No, drone, stop, please. Alright, there's one. You were right, the turret activates. And now we can blow it up. It's still... all of that work to turn on the 20mm turret of flaccidness. Yeah, good call, nice. I've gotten a report that it is, yes, man, so performance is apparently better. For a new map, I haven't dipped below 60 yet. And apparently they did some optimizations too for like lower-end machines. Okay, interesting. This is... oh, cool. There's a way around here. Like, is this gonna be the way out or no? There's more over here. Drones! Drones, please! Drones! Okay, no, there's more here. No, this is good. There's more here. We're good. That turret's offline. Interesting that the extraction's up there in the middle of nowhere. There are so many drones. Okay, so this is the end, I guess, over here. That's really good looking, though. Hey, good, good so far. I mean, we just started, so stream's not even an hour long yet at this point. Good old walking XO. That's all death down there. I like the map so far. I'm curious if we're gonna see enough there, or enough here, right? Like in regards to content, but like, the only thing I wanna, like, this feels like, for a map called Babel, right? Like a Tower of Babel, it feels like you should be climbing a lot more. So I do love the verticality though. There's a good amount of verticality already here. I guess this is a spawn point. Alright, what's over here?
Don't miss.
Okay, we have a staircase up. Where does this go to? Lots of water. Drones, leave me alone. I haven't been able to notice it because I've been getting just like constantly aggro to drones. It feels, I guess, more engagey. They're more perceptive. So on a map like this, they notice you really quickly. There's more over here, just like loop around. I'm pretty low on meds. Yeah, we need to like, go over to Mesa or something like that to get an idea of what's going on with all this. There's the other jerry can. Where do you go to? Oh, cool. Wait, is this an elevator? Oh, civilian guy. Hey, civilian guy. I got really, I fucking played myself so hard. I thought that was gonna be an elevator up or down. I was like, oh my god, there's another level? No, I got too excited. A little bit of climbing here. Oh, interesting. We start the, we call it, oh, we call the elevator for extraction. Where's the elevator at? We'll come back to you. As you come down here. All right, what's over in this cubby? Do you go through the map? I will say, despite this being a pretty small map, I will say, okay, let's go back to where we were, I think, actually. What the hell is this? Okay, this is where we were. This is where we spawned at. So this map isn't, like, that big, but at least it has, like, a lot of, like, it's more interesting than Stairway, right? Because Stairway doesn't really provide you options. This map has a lot of pathways through it, right? Or at least more than one. So like you can go down to here and go across, or you can go around through this way. So like despite the fact that like it is small, like it is better than Stairway just from actually having some like nuance or choice in its pathways. This is feeling like if we only look at the playable, it's like if Scorched Enclave didn't have the open plains area. Like imagine if you had Scorched Enclave without the area before the crawler. It's like that. Can we get up that way though without a pneumatic jump? No, okay, we need a jump to get up there. Interesting. I like that. I like it so far, Art. It's more interesting than it's more interesting than Stairway, which is a great design. And like aesthetically it's beautiful, right? I really like all the skyscrapers you see around. It gives you a great sense of scale and feeling small. Now, I do wish there was a lot more vertical, like generally speaking, I feel like this is the exact opposite of an open world game in regards to its usage of space. That being, no idea yet, Michael. That being that like open worlds have an issue using too much space and not enough content. This game almost feels like it has the exact opposite problem. It's stuffing too much stuff in a very small space. As in like, I kind of want more areas in the maps themselves to just like, I want them to blow out maps a little bit, and they don't need to like add more content into the maps, just add some like areas for like filler. It's weird asking for filler, but everything in these, like every map in this game is almost so dense in regards to like, everything is trying to show you aesthetically, right? And I kind of want more areas just to like walk around and explore and just kind of get the vibe of scale and movement too wise, right? Yeah, the drones need to get there's a lot of, it could just be like RNG too, right? Not necessarily even RNG sections, right? But like almost causeways between areas or like sub areas. Like say if these areas were blown out, like this area over here and this area like over here just had like one more section in between them that was mainly like a filler or pacing area, right? All right, let's see what the elevator causes. Exactly, Art. Yeah, 100%. Like there is no rest period at all in a map like this, right? And even stairway, right? Stairway's the exact same thing. There's no pacing areas at all. All right, where's the elevator at? I called elevator. Where's it coming from? It can't be coming from up, right? Like, where's it? Is it coming from the side? I think that's more of a NVIDIA issue, so probably yes, man, I imagine. I honestly don't see big returns on DLSS either, though. Okay, does this elevator spawn somewhere else, perhaps? Like, you click this and it spawns somewhere else? I don't think it's timed, right? So the elevator's gotta be coming from somewhere. So we need to figure out where the elevator's at. We'll look around. It's definitely not down here, right? Yeah. He called evac across the back. Oh, I see. Okay, I am ignoring the mini map. 100%. No, good call. I gotta remember there's HUD elements for this. Yeah, there's a mini map that like HUD negate over here now. That's interesting. Edge, I wouldn't be able to answer the question on that, right? I have a 3080, so I can't really compare to a card like that.
I think they spotted us.
I've heard there's performance improvements, but I just can't, unfortunately, give you any help on that. I mean, thankfully, you can refund it within 2 hours if you don't get good performance, but, like, it is the hassle of installing it and all that stuff. Okay, that's interesting. You have to call the elevator from across the map and head to the elevator. Huh. Demo version is still, like, to my knowledge, super old. Alright. Freedom. The elevator gets called over here. That's neat.
Remember, we're already dead.
It does, Vivo. What is... Scavenger personal items, interesting. I guess that's for the quest, in case he dies. I guess it didn't help him escape. Whoops. We're about that later. Let's go get a good baseline on a different map, though. Well, hopefully then you should be getting better frames now on a 3050. Though, I mean, like, the VRAM is going to be always the issue, I feel like. The game hungers for your VRAM, or I guess, like, all games do at this point. Alright, vendors, Heisenberg, buy some meds. Alright, let's go see how Mesa is now. We'll see how infantry is without, you know, drones literally everywhere. We could just run Scrapyard, though. Scrapyard's a good basis for understanding how the AI looks like. Let's go to Scrapyard. The reason why Scrapyard is because the AI, there's not many drones on Scrapyard. Yeah, Thieves, they have, like, set up a precedent now where there's like, yeah, it's monthly patches. A little bit this way. Looks nice. Little weight to the guns. Well, that guy, I mean, like, the only problem I will say is that the demo is super old now, right? So you don't see the performance upgrades. It'll give you a baseline, but...
Pick your targets. Make every shot count.
Mario, have they been? Have they actually been updating the demo? That's good to know. Yeah, just play the demo then, I guess. Alright, so I don't expect large gains with these guys.
Spread out.
But I want to go see the infantry on the regular map. Alright, I heard from a little birdie.
Don't get boxed in. Spread out.
Nah, I still can't cancel animations. So sad. I know. No, stop that. In regards to the Scab Girl moving faster too, they did make a patch note on the thing, right, saying that they updated some animations for her and Bagman, I think. Maybe that's why they're faster. If they're doing anything like based on root motion, perhaps. All right, so we should hopefully... That aggro rate is going up pretty large now at far away distances. Like, aggro bars used to fill up a lot slower than that. Let's see how bad it is. Still kind of derpy, but... So should it be?
Every shot count.
The question mark takes a long time to go away now too. All right, so it's gone now.
No win, fight ahead.
Okay, so like they aggro, they do a like a little animation saying that, like, you know, right here, and then they start shooting. Which is nice, by the way. There's like a slight delay
Got our number.
from when they aggro to start murdering you. Because that was always a bit like a big thing, right? It's like they would just suddenly turn and start laying into you. All right, let's go leave and go to Mesa. All right, every map has tons of water spawns. Rip so much HP. And they're like, for only like 2 or 3 of them too, they're letting us up pretty well. Granted, we're letting them too because we don't see the animations, but still. I mean, I'm getting 100 frames now on this map. This map does perform pretty well though, but like 100 frames is very good for me on this map.
Not bad.
Let's go over to Mesa now. Mesa will be able to see like the first long distance stuff also. So apparently they fixed a few things in regards to a few what's it called, animations far away. All right, 20 mil. Bring a few grenades, because I have so many of them. Medkits. Mesa. No, I mean, a 20% uplift is very good for performance reasons.
I'm too old for this shit.
Alright. The big thing I'm excited for, though, too, is, like, there was an issue with, like, watching battles at a distance with, like, animation quality. And it sounds like they might have been able to fix that with changing a few things on their end.
Pick your targets. Make every shot count.
Up we go. I mean, that looks a lot smoother. We need to see a Conga line of cyborgs, though. The Conga lines were always the worst of cyborgs. Why are there so many drones? That thing was playing an animation. I didn't like that. You heard it, right? It was actually doing something. Wait. Yeah, it looks like their animation quality is like now back to full. We definitely need to see a cyborg for this, though. Yeah, it's probably just variant, right? I'm curious if the new meat officer is just like a variant of the shield officer you get occasionally when you blow up shit. I'm missing you? There we go. Alright, which HK did I win? Well, we're right, like Edge is like his spawn mechanic, right? We might be able to blow up the bridge, actually. It might take us a few tries, though. Gotta find all the explosives. You need to find his codex. Oh. Wait, doesn't the codex just drop from him, though? I mean, he was apparently on Mesa, right? So I guess hold on. If we need to find someone to spawn him, maybe. But if they're saying he's codex based, I have ideas. It could be random too, perchance. Like, it might just be a random spawn, like, you know, the gotchas are, but. Anything new on you at all? Nope. Is this signpost new? I feel like that's new. That was not always there. Like that right there. Yeah, maybe if you have a codex he spawns, that can make sense too, actually, right? Well, it's certainly not up here if it's up here. Are those like the HKs that are not hurting me? Yeah. Huh, interesting. Does it though? I don't think it does. don't think it blocks off anything. Could be top of the radar tower. We could go check out that. Let's go activate the radar tower too over there and see if anything happens. So many question marks. Are they? This is interesting. They should be aggroed, but they're not. So I'm curious what's going on with them. Do they change HKs at all? Did he just despawn? Where'd he go? Oh, he was aggroed on the tank. There we go. Hey, Degs. Alright, let's see the cyborgs. They were always like a bad, like, conga line of, like, desyncing madness. Well, right now they're just holding still. There they go. No, it looks to be better. Oh yeah, they seem smooth. That's nice. All right, let's go activate the radar tower over here. Not the, like, these radar towers, but like the actual, like, interactable over here. That was probably their solution, Michael, to the issue of, like, opals killing themselves.
Look for gaps. Maybe we can slip past.
Those radar towers give you intel on maps, right? They basically just tell you the percentage of, like, who owns a region. So all this, but this actually affects the region. I can't remember what this one does, though. Yeah, I'm curious what find... I need to kill you, though, for your Lordos. Okay, that's not real. There's, like, no shot they expect you to climb this, right? Well, it could be up here, actually. Hold on. Anything? Oh, that's new. Those barrels didn't always have this texture here. This cloth texture, or the cloth material, but this has not been textured yet. And then this is still just a gray blob. Huh? Let me in? Nope. Still not allowed. Alright, if I was a codex, apparently, where would I be? Maybe the top of the... That, I can't recall. I would need to go activate the 3 radar towers to actually see what it does. Let me just go do that. Summon some opals. I know the one in Mesa, or sorry, the one in Enclave stops area units from spawning. But this one I can't recall what it does. Could be inside the carrier, could be on top of the carrier. It could also be true too, like it's just a, what's it called? It's actually for, if you pick up a codex of a unit, right? Like he's the HK for you killing HKs or killing special units. Could be a quest item too, perhaps. Let us find out. I mean, yeah, I imagine that's gonna come with progression, Eric, which we're not close to just exactly yet. All right, up we go. Please be one. I kind of felt like I saw more, but like, you know, this map can have it pretty bad sometimes though too. God damn it. So 1, 2, and then 3. Understood. While we're here, might as well go check. I mean, we're getting like I'm getting 60, 70 FPS. Granted, like I said, like I am weirdly enough CPU bound, so like, yeah, like my machine's weird. I get playable good FPS, so like, I'm happy with what I got. I'm not gonna bother with you anymore. Up we go. I mean, 80 frames on my current settings is perfectly good for this also. Codex? Jerrycad? Is that real? Is that Jerrycad real? Or are you just a prop? It's just a prop. Stop. Jerrycan's a lie. I'm not gonna go all the way up there. I doubt it would be up there, right? Like, are they gonna make you? Are they gonna make you bring a pneumatic jump to actually trigger this thing? I'm kind of feeling like we should probably just go get Codex though. It's probably like, yeah. I kind of feel like you're right. It might just be a trigger off like you having a Codex in your inventory. I could bring a Codex in. All right, so let's go do Opals, and I'll bring a Codex in next run, along with a grenade launcher to hopefully get a new Codex. Hey, John. New map and infantry AI reworks is the two big things. I'm gonna bring like a medium mech one for duplication purposes, because I already have a lot of those. I think I have 2 Rat Kings though. Apparently there's 2 Rat Kings. It's like a pantheon of Rat Kings for your god. The map has chilled out quite a bit though. Like there's like actually like a lull now. I need Lordo's parts. I need to feed Lordos. I mean, Paradox, I would guess this, at their current cadence, right? It kind of feels like they're aiming for this year. What time this year, I don't know, but I'm guessing like, oh god. He's got knocked out. What the hell? That was a long knocked out animation. Hold on. Okay, so you get locked out right now. It's just a pure animation lock. Ugh. That's kind of sketch. All right. So when you get knocked down now, I've only gotten knocked down from a grenade so far, so I'm curious what else knocks you down. But it animation locks you? Which, we've already been over before with staggers, right? It's kind of painful. The game doesn't need to be Helldivers, right? But there's a reason why with like Helldivers, the actual amount of time you lose agency when you're knocked out is very minimal. And to be fair, like the game gets away with it too because it's comedic in nature half the time. Yeah, it's not punishing, right? Because if you die, you have like infinite lives.
Work our way through.
I feel like they do, right? I'm pretty sure they stagger enemies. Yeah, they stagger. No, leave me alone. All right, Radar Tower 1, we're back. God damn it, why there's so many here? Yeah, it staggers them, but like, unlike us where it knocks us down, like the stagger window for, like they get out of the stagger pretty quickly. I was helping you. I have not. I mean, it's really easy not to notice it though, right? Considering how quick it is for them. Yeah, I mean, there's also the with Casual Guy too, just like, sometimes it's easier to start with a new project than keep supporting an old one. So like, you know, making the what they want to do in the game, and like, you know, finishing it up and then pushing it out and then moving on to the next project might be wiser than trying to forever support an old project. All right, so 2 is back over on top of the Titan.
Maybe we can slip past.
I think the only gun I like in the game right now is the Scar. And even then, it still has issues, but like, I let it slide for power purposes. Yeah, yeah, or, you know, maybe like, if they consider it the end of the year, 6 months, but yeah. Ghosts, everything's automated, right? And like, you have to like lose the frame of reference. Imagine if like you weren't cared about sustaining life on the planet in regards to like wildlife, and you just juice it to the gills with sci-fi tech to like make it habitable for humans, right? And then like add more space underground. Like there's billions and billions, like hundreds of billions probably people alive on Earth, right? Underground and just in the non-combat zones. And it's a Ghost. The biggest thing is this. The conflict areas, to my understanding or knowledge, right, is like, it's not the entire world is constantly like under combat. It's the areas of the world that were at war in the very beginning of the war that are still in combat, right? So like the west coasts of the Americas, the Middle East, probably some parts of Asia too, right? Like there's certain areas where the fights are taking place, and those are almost like proxy wars, right? Just in some regard, like. The front lines, the home front is not like under threat at all, and so the home front flourishes and then sends off their resources to go do these proxy wars. Granted, the proxy wars are on the scale of like, you know, giant conflicts and large theaters of war, right? But it's not globe spanning. I mean, I wouldn't say deep, for example. Like, you could read a lot into it like I have, but like, it's enough. It's enough for now, at least. And overall, I think their point, right, let's go this way. I don't think they're too concerned about, like, the logistics side of it at all. They just want to make cool shit. At the end of the day, it feels like. Okay. But no, yeah, it would be like, yeah, be very careful with grenades now. Don't get knocked down. Oh no, you're good. I like, and it's, well, rather in the sense of like, thinking of it this way. As opposed to thinking, like, a lot of people will see lore and think of it this way, right? Like, how does this exist with my understanding, right? Frame it in this way. What could you do mentally? Like, find the scenarios that makes what you feel like is happening in the game true. What they're presenting to you true. Because, like, yeah, a mass global conflict over across the entire globe, it wouldn't last this long, right? So what do you have to do in regards to making that work? Well, it's global, but not global at the same time. And that most of the stuff's omitted too. I actually, weirdly enough, that guy, I actually say Scav Girl or Shaman. I imagine in Time Ghost. The movement in the game can be very rough, and having the leeway or the ease. My God. Having the ease of speed with Shaman or Scav Girl is very nice. It can help you alleviate like issues with movement early on.
Don't get boxed in. Spread out.
Alright, we're good there. Alright, we are now summoning opals after being on this map for a very long time. There's still HKs everywhere. Opal, save me from the HKs. Mainly Ghost because it's like suicidal too, right? There's like outside of the main conflict areas between the home front and where you are massive gray zones. I mean, you could, right? There's like, you know, Lordos moved around, right? It's a new sound effect. Oh my God, no casualties. None of them died. It's amazing. But like Ghost, this think of it this way: if like the east coast of the Americas is the home front, the west coast is the war zone. You have this large gray area between the war zone and the home front, right? Where it's like desolate and only filled with like reinforcements moving through it. It's so weird to see them not dead. And no.
Something's out there.
How the hell did that just knock me down? The enemy. Well, actually, hold on. I gotta remember dodge exists. Okay, dodging does not do it. I still don't get out with dodging. Yeah, that does not work. Alright, time to leave. We'll bring a Codex in next and see if we can summon the new unit. You can't kill Opes without a railgun, and we don't have a railgun or a team to do it with right now, so no.
Spread out.
What the hell? What is that noise? Not yet, Ray? Right? We're trying to figure out the criteria to summon them. Our next thought is either getting a Codex in raid or bringing a Codex in raid. Alright, time to leave. Just a casual, like, what, 25-minute run on Mesa? Yeah. Oh, called it! I literally called it. 25 minutes, almost on the spot. Uncanny sense of time passing. Did I get any parts for Lordo shit? Any Orgamech lugs or sorry, cyborg lugs? Where do they even drop at? Let's go to a vendor. Kind of what lungs or what extra codexes do I have too? I gotta have some medium mech ones, I feel like. Let's see if I can open these. It might be in those actually. Let me open up some gacha containers. I made 1 credit. Just a bunch of guns. What about Bunko's ones? Nope, just railgun parts. Oh, I can't even put on a codex on me, actually. I need to go kill something for it. Alright, let's go find a codex. And yeah, so we go for the regions down, Mesa. Yeah, drone operations compromised. That's from the radar tower here. I'm guessing it's, like... I don't know how to phrase it. I'm guessing it's like a super HK, I guess? We're gonna find out. Or attempt to find out. Okay. I need to go characters, go to Mask Man, grenade launcher. Bring a few of these. Rifle, we'll go back to like a regular rifle for now, something that we can silence. M4? M4. I would like a kitted M4 though. Do I not have a kitted M4? There we go. 5.56. Should be good. Probably need more meds. I definitely need some drills for this. We also need to hope that the mechs actually spawn here too. If not, we can just leave. I mean, the trailer showed him on Mesa, right? Ghost, if you try to leave the map, you get there's an out of bounds minefield. There's ways to get by it, but like it bugs, right? There's just nothing out there. It's a map.
I hate the surface.
All right, so we're looking for like a medium mech or Rat King to kill. We're essentially trying to get a codex in raid. And if we get a codex in raid, right? Maybe at that point we need to find his. Like, there might be a find, not a get. But I'm not hearing mechs already, which is not a great sign for this. Oh, interesting. Instant hunter killers for disabling the radar. It's nice that it tells you, at least, what's causing it. Insta HKs. All right, we have a honk. No mechs though. Yeah, I don't know what summons him. That's the guy right there. You step out of a fucking like a tunnel. You suddenly get like firing squad by 10 your open HKs. I mean, I don't see them yet. I mean, KVP, like, the performance problems are relative, right?
Last one standing.
Like, personally, I didn't have performance problems, but they did do performance updates. So it might fix your problems, it might not too, but it might fix your problems. Yeah, nothing to get in a codex off of. And there's not really like a lot of areas in this map where it could spawn, I would think, if there was like an actual spawn point for it.
We decide what happens next.
Yeah, Muslim's a good call too. Just unsure if you can spawn in every single maps. Yeah, like there's a few extra things now, right? Like, so for example, when they aggro to you, they seem to point at you as opposed to instantly shoot. So you have like a little bit of leeway there. Other than that, they seem to aggro quicker now and like notice you from farther away. Case in point. So they seem more perceptive now and not so silly. No, the drones are still egregious, but drones are gonna drone. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel about it just yet. I need to process it a bit. Like, the hell? Oh god. Yeah, I need to look around and see how I feel about it. I need a map without fucking drones on it to go test out like how I feel about the AI. And scrap your like, well rather, what I need is a map with like an NPC faction not fighting everyone. So you can actually see how perceptive they actually are and how they feel when like they're not constantly fighting everyone. See you now, famous. Have fun with the patch. The radar tower on here did that. But it's more of like, I just need them not to like have anything to fight each other. Yeah, welcome to UE5 games. The cost of visual fidelity.
Always a pleasure, folks.
All right, so let's do a quick elephant. And if they don't spawn on elephant, we're supposed to keep playing the game and figure out how they work eventually. All right, there we go.
I hate the surface.
Frames on here is about the same too, about 60-70. Though I will say, actually, this is pretty good for this map. I usually dip below 60 on this map, so let's go see if the bad area is still bad. That's a pretty good test for it. There's like one really bad area on this map that drops below 60. But it seems like their performance updates were mainly more on the the CPU side. But let's see. Yeah, it's still dipping a little bit. This map is very rough in that area. I mean, it's holding steady around 60, I will say though, as opposed to getting way below 60. All right, let's go find some mechs. All right, nothing in the ravine. It kind of is. I think this is like one of their earliest maps, right? And like they really kind of went crazy, I think, on a few of the ground texture items. Like these right here are everywhere. All right, there's our medium mech. Do I not have a drill? I hate everything right now so much. Did I not really bring a drill? There could be a drill up here.
Eyes on us. Spread out.
Not today, though. Well, I guess we're coming back, because apparently I didn't bring drills. I thought I brought drills the last time.
Good thing I brought my bullet-resistant coat.
I mean, there is the Lordo's quest. I haven't completed all of it yet, because it's patch count just today. It seems like you're basically like working on freeing and repairing him. There's a few like lore drops in that regard when you talk to him, right? Apparently he has like 6 lungs. We'll be back. All right, let's make sure I bring drills this time. Drills. 5 drills, because why not? Plenty of beds, ammo, we're good. Oh, is it brawlers drop them? Probably scrapyard, I think, Michael, right? Scrapyard. If you get the, I believe, which variant of it? I think it's the white variant of scrapyard. You get infinite brawlers. Hey, Mushi. God fucking damn it, Gabe.
I hate the surface.
I just want to kill some mechs, man. I just want to find the new guy. See, I have a good sense of time. Apparently no scavengers do. Apparently in the grimdark future of the late 21st century, all clocks were lost. Or, no person has a circadian rhythm anymore. You're still falling. Don't mind me, just speed running to the end. Though I think mechs can still spawn the night shift, actually. I think they're night shift independent. Now, killing mechs on night shift when there's HKs abound is not a good idea, but we're here anyway. I can hear them following me. Oh, the new map is not night shift, no. Babel. I'm not sure if it has a night shift yet either. I'd probably think not, but... There we go. In the span of like 6 grenade launcher shots, I have removed every fucking gun from the mech. Poor little guy. Oh, sorry, not every gun. Now every gun.
This is it. We decide
40 millimeter HE, no. Ow, hey, calm down. Hey, brawler. Alright, we good? Time to start drilling, baby. No, yeah, like, we have like 3,000 rounds of grenade, like 40 millimeter too, it's crazy. Alright, there's my drill. Just need to be able to see where the container is. I didn't bring a tap can today. Eventually the body will despawn though. Now, if I was a giant container... Let me step away for a second, see if I can find it. Hopefully it's not on the fucking ground. That would be tragic. Might have spawned actually down here in the trench line. Yep. It kind of does in the doors, but that's really about it. I'm having a bad feeling about this. Oh, hey. Moo. Dogs spawned on Scrapyard night shift. Not during the day, though. You don't get HKs on Scrapyard during the day. Yeah, I don't think it's either here or it's spawned on the ground. I'm kind of thinking it's spawned on the ground, unfortunately, which makes me quite sad. I should have brought attack cam.
Eyes on us. Spread out.
Yeah, I'm not pinging it at all. It's probably on the ground. That's the stuff we killed over there. Womp womp. Alright, well, we'll leave, we'll get attack cam, and we'll run it back. Eventually, we'll see if a codex will trigger the guy. What the hell was that? Oh, there could be brawlers down here, I think, actually. Might be useful for, Never mind. Well, see, we played it. I'm not gonna play the new map back to back for every run. But we're trying to get the new HK unit, right? Or the new flesh meat unit. Oh, okay, yeah, from Brawlers. Spine component. But no, yeah, we're trying to figure out the criteria of spawning the new unit, right? Let's just go to Mech Trench too. I wonder if he is like an alternate to the shield officer. I think we'll just leave it as is. We'll bring attack cam. I need more 5.56 apparently. Cyborgs eat through 5.56. Five, 5.56. All right, and let's see if we can finally get a codex. Yeah, if we get a codex and he doesn't spawn. He might not spawn. He should probably spawn an elephant. If we do that, we'll go over to Mech Trench and then see if he'll spawn after blowing up the Mech Trench map. And if not that, we'll just go start ignoring him for now, figuring out how he spawns later. There could be like a hidden codex on the maps too, but like that's just gonna require probably time or just RNG, right? Maybe it has a few certain spawns on maps.
As long as I'm the last one standing.
Hey, let me jump. All right. Frickin' cyborgs. that's a new spot for that.
I think
All right.
Hey, Bruce. Oh, shit. God.
Even more cyborgs. They do aggro, like, it is nice though. They do aggro like immediately if you're near them, which makes a lot of sense. They're not so derpy when you're next to them anymore, which is nice. Oh yes, good old John Pork. All right, Medium Max, you better fucking be here. Why? They can still spawn. They can still spawn far away. Like they can be fighting out in the trench lines out here on the edge. All is not lost yet. That could be the case too. Yeah, if you're drilling into a codex container, we have to get a codex container first to spawn. To the power of sheer fucking will. Alright, there's tags. Any... What the hell is that over there? Officer. You just cannot catch a break. Night shift. The container gets... Oh god. Let me just kill a medium mech. Hold on, I have an idea. We can make this quicker. We can make this so much quicker. Who needs this, by the way? Is it Aramaki? Yeah, Aramaki. Hey, buddy. How would you like to let me use your ingress point? I have 8 codexes. Here, I have like 3. Perfect. Give me medium mechs. This will be a quick confirmation too. I'll be like kill a medium mech and then just put a drill on it,
I hate this.
and we're good. Game, you can't do this to me. Game, you can't do this to me. Did I kill all medium mechs in the area with like killing one of them? Okay, there's still a chance. I can spawn in the ravine. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, KFC. It's literally what I'm trying to do. It's, we're trying to see if, like, doing the codex blocks or getting the codex is what spawns him. That's fried rice. No better time. Give me something.
For themselves.
How? How is there nothing here? What have I done to deserve this? Once we go do the codex thing, we'll get Babel, yes. But medium mechs definitely do not spawn on Babel. Dust, we just ran Mesa and it was empty. We ran Mesa like 3 times and it was empty every single time. I think so, Nux. It does seem that way.
Remember, we're already dead.
Right now, it mainly like there's smoother animation wise, and it seems that they have hand signals and they like they just their initial. It seems like their initial choice is not to just instantly turn on you and start shooting you. They'll have a little bit more interplay now.
I hate the surface.
Thank Christ. We did it.
Keep it together, man.
Okay, that knocks you down now.
Keep it together.
Alright, that can't be a thing. There needs to be more control in the knockdown. That's like, in a weird way, I'm probably okay with it, but like, that's gonna be like a rage-inducing mechanic for some people. Of like, you have no agency, get surrounded and die. That's like, honestly, like an uninstall moment for a lot of people, I feel like. It's not even ragdolling, it's just like you get knocked down and then you're stuck for a second as you get up. But you have like no agency while you're down. Okay, there it is this time. Alright, so first step, we'll start the drill. And we'll see if that summons him. What the hell was that? It's got a sound effect. I mean, but like, if you get knocked down, right, and you have no input on where you get knocked down at, and you have no control of like how quickly you get up, it's just like, it's not a, if you get surrounded, it's when you get surrounded, right? It's gonna happen eventually.
Bad place. Full of bad people.
All right, so you didn't trigger off the drill happening, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, it depends on how common it is too, right? Like, would a quick time event get too obnoxious? If it was like a one button quick time event, maybe. But like, if its savers suck, right? I don't know. All right, we have the codex. And we'll just start heading to the extract, I guess. It takes usually about like 20 seconds for like things to happen outside of the actual effect, it seems like. That was the case for blowing up the tower in Mech Trench, right? No, it would make sense too, like, they haven't done this yet. It could be the case too that it might only care about Yoruska codexes, like the grabber or the medium mech for Yoruska. Like, why would it care about a Europa medium mech codex? No, we drilled, Josh. We drilled it earlier. We were waiting for it to finish. You 100% still need to drill for the codex.
Shit ton of action down there. We should have waited.
No worries. Yeah, I guess we'll figure out how he spawns later. We'll go to play Babel for a bit. We'll see if Babel's a bit more chill without having 5,000 drones everywhere. I mean, Mr. Nooks, I would rather just have them explore NPCs more reliably killing specials.
Another day.
I'd rather just not have that power in players' hands in the first place and just give it to NPCs. Like, are we mercenaries or are we survivors? Are we opportunists or are we mercenaries? I mean, Posey, have you found it yet? Do you know how it spawns? Like, you can surmise that off the patch notes, right? But, like, we haven't seen it yet, so, like, is it like a chance spawn on Mesa? Like, the trailer shows that the flesh guy on Mesa, right? So that does it mean that the Codex is always on Mesa somewhere? Or do you need to, like, just wait for a random chance on Mesa? Like, how does that work out? How much 45 do we have? Not a lot. What do we have a lot of ammo for? We have a lot of 5.45. We could do 54R also, actually. Preset list, select 154R. We probably don't need that much, but whatever. We will be bringing a jump. Yeah, like, so the patch doesn't say that, Bolsey, but, like, I wouldn't take the patch notes verbatim, right? Until, like, we figure out how it works, we just assume, like, it mentions codexes, so, like, however we think how we get codexes is how we're gonna look into it, probably. Alright, we're good there. Good there. Alright, Babel. Any quests, too, while we're here? A knife stored in a metal container. Alright. Bring explosive? I'll find it in raid if we need to. I'm sure there's plenty of explosives in raid. The point we found so far in Mr. Nooks on this map isn't that it's, what's it called? It's generators. Also, while we're here, might as well just turn off HUD. Oh, sure, friend, cool, yeah. Like, there's no progression in the game currently, so yeah. It's just like, yeah, get weapons, and once you know what you're doing, you can get, like, you can basically progress through the entire game in, like, 3 to 4 hours.
I hate the surface.
Oh yeah, it's much quieter now, thank God. I spoke too soon. The drones are coming. You're not even aggroed. You're breaking the rules. So we should be able to actually do the skip over here, right? Considering where we are now. Probably to be more evocative, right? Yeah, I mean, Blood, if you haven't seen it yet, right? It's got, like, a decent amount of verticality, but, like, it is kind of an illusion. It went from Shanty to Babel. The Tower of Babel. Well, it's not called, just called Babel in game, but not the Tower of Babel. I mean, I gotta try, right? Oh, I clipped you off. There's actually, there's no clip one way. Ruining my fun. should probably just actually play the map and not just go crazy with the thematic jump. The guy was over here who we need to save. I mean, blood. When I see the first instance of them actually expanding a map with a in progress to not in progress tag, I'll believe that statement. I mean, it does. Hold on, let me get into actual Vista. After I save this guy, he died last time, so I'm gonna save him this time. The problem is too, like, there's just not a lot of time to actually enjoy the map at all because there's just always so much shit going on. At least in my iteration so far. Am I blind? Here we are. Where the hell are you going? What kind of fucking convoluted ass path is this? Oh, that works, I guess. This time you... Alright, whatever. I guess he has multiple different paths out. Can I go around this way, though? I mean, blood, there's always gonna be lulls in battle, though, right? It isn't always, like, pure gas. No battle takes place over... Like, no battle is, like, a full gas mode for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's always lulls in battle. And it's like, that's a pacing thing too, right? All right, metal box. Like right now, I will say this, like, at no point have I ever felt like you could sneak through this map at all. Yeah, but the factories aren't here though. Like, there's a place for NPC warfare, don't get me wrong, but like, for it to always be like this is wrong. And the fact is, like, there's no areas of like really relative reprieve, right? Alright, I need to find a middle box. I mean, I wouldn't compare this directly to an RTS though, right? Are they in Los Angeles themselves? I feel at that point though, why wouldn't they get just raided to all hell back? Like there's AI factories nearby, but they aren't in the city of Los Angeles. Oh, sorry, let me rephrase though, actually. When they were referencing the city of Los Angeles too, they referred Mega City of Los Angeles as the entire, like, United States. So under that guise, then yeah, but like, in this local area, no. If I recall correctly, the Los Angeles Mega City is actually the entirety of the US, if I recall correctly. I can make that. It would probably kill me if I did. It definitely would kill me. I haven't played a map with Toothy. But like under that definition, then yeah, like yeah, because you would have areas of like Los Angeles that aren't under constant warfare. Essentially behind the front lines. They could be really close, don't get me wrong, but like, just like your Subcom analogy, right? Like you have your AI factories behind the front lines, but the front lines are a no man's land of just things constantly dying. Yeah, I don't know. There's I'm kind of curious actually. Let me try and do like a stealth run on this map with just nothing. LA's not in constant warfare. I'm actually just like genuinely curious if there's like enough pathways through to just like stealth through here. Like you couldn't make that jump with that pneumatic jump probably, right? You can maybe make that actually from here. You could probably make that. I'm guessing you die if you land down here. So that's potentially one way through. See, now it's quiet though. What the hell? Nope, there they come. I mean, I guess I'll crouch. I'll assume crouching makes me stealthier. Nope, getting shot. I just can't see from like how you would stealth through this map at all. If there's ever the intent for that, right? Like, you would have to bring a jump to go up around through that way, right? But if you ever want to cross, like, everything's out in the open. Kept getting shot. But like, that's the blood though, like, that's going to the mercenary premise of the game though, right? Yeah, you're in like the 1 to 2 blocks of LA that was the protests were taking place in. Like, Blood, your perspective is perfectly fine from like the you want to be a mercenary perspective, but like that's once again just abandoning the trope of the game initially kind of pushed for, right? The anti-shooter. If the only way to get to the map is to kill drones because the drones are everywhere and there's no way to get like there's no way to avoid the drone's ire without bringing shit in. Like you can jump over here too. You can jump over here if you had pneumatic jump. So does that work on top of a corpse? Hold on. And there's a sniper. Like this map once again just shows that there's not enough consideration to like ratty pathways to the maps, right? Ways to circumnavigate the actual battle zones. They want you to, the game pushes you to like push through the battle zones, not like find interesting ways to get around them. I mean, you could maybe that works on top of here. The shotguns will kill them. Yeah, the shotguns, yeah. Thankfully, surplus shotgun saved the day. Otherwise, it was definitely melee mode there. That might work. It's kind of janky. Okay, mantle on there. That mantle up here? Do I have to like? Yeah, I probably need to just go up around. I mean, yeah. This is, I mean, you're certainly welcome. Just don't put links in chat. Just say the name of the game. Just don't provide links. Well, they push you to be that beat, but also like it's not just one thing individually. Like it's not something that's siloed, Mushi. It's a lot of different things working together to make you feel like you have to be that guy, right? It could be YouTube. I could up the gambit a little bit. It's not as dark as probably the YouTube showing it. Let me up the gambit a little bit. It's probably better. Yeah, I'm gonna give that up. But it's not easy to do that. If it's possible to do with that in Medic Jump, it's not easy. So good luck. I guess while we're here, let me just check out that also. I think you can make this jump. It might not be all characters though. This feels kind of sus, even for Mass Man. This actually just gonna probably kill. Ow. I will say, at least the indicators for HUD or aggro gone now on no HUD mode, which is nice. That was a bug for a while. Nope. I missed the jump, but that I wouldn't have made it though in Mask Man. You might be able to do it on Scav Girl. No, but the map definitely feels like it wants you to murder everything. And like, the problem is this too, right? I don't mind the lethality of things. I actually think that, weirdly enough, I actually think the time to kill on units is actually too low. But I would actually like to see units be more lethal. Like, I honestly think if you shoot, it still does, John. I actually think if you do shoot like a medium mech, its auto turret should like literally blanket your area and almost immediately kill you. Like 100%. Like, I have no problem with like an insanely fast time to kill when you're fighting something like a medium mech, right? But drawing its ire should be hard, and also like, there needs to be ways around drawing its ire, right? Like distractions, or just the map design needs to give you ways around avoiding it, right? Like, you have the regular walkways for units, but there needs to be ways that like scavengers can utilize a lot more, right? So let's go like full bore and try to lean into that with like what we know, right? Yeah, Rick, I wouldn't read that much into it, considering early access game in regards to balance of power. All right, RPK 762. Upgrade my Rick again. Seven, 6, 2. Bring some meds. And probably just a few shotgun shells just in case we get cyborgs. Oh, not that many to be honest. There we go. Alright, back to Bubble. Hey, Delta. Well, you're talking about like Rogue Toothy though, right, Blood? Alright, so like, for example, as opposed to going through the walkways of death and getting murdered by drones, which I think are just infinite, right? We can navigate around the drones using this pathway up here. which you had to have a pneumatic jump to get onto.
That's far as I'm the last one.
And this takes us to like the extract area, right? All right, more drones. That's a very quick aggro bar.
Calculations.
I think there's a reason to go down, right? Okay, there is. The snipers are really squishy now, too. That guy, there are a few assets in the game that don't have textures. You will see that occasionally. Like, you will see a gray box occasionally. Or a gray checker pattern. Is this a metal box? Oh, it's a drill. Alright. Toothy is medevac, correct, for Yoruska, but like there's a rogue version of him, right? That's just gone AWOL. That's the one we see in the trailers. But the Toothy we have right now is with Yoruska.
Everyone for themselves.
Well, no, I don't mind that, like, it's not that I mind there's a maze and all, right? It's just that there needs to, it's not even that, Sleepy Pig, it's just more in the sense that there needs to be pathways that aren't usually utilized by NPCs, right? Or, like, rather they are only acted like they're only usable by a certain class of NPCs, right? Like, if you're gonna have the open areas of here be a hellscape of drones, you need to provide areas of, like, navigating around those drones if you're gonna want stealth to be any objective of your game. Like, how am I supposed to get through this hellhole? Like, if I need to get to this side, right? How am I supposed to stealth past these drones? I don't think so, that guy. Like, I'll go now, but like, I'm not even.
Everyone for themselves.
If you're gonna require every interaction to require a fucking decoy, though, Michael. That's not even considering too, right? Like, I now have to kill these cyborgs, which means gives more time for drones to aggro to me. We lived, though. I mean, you can say that, Sleepy, but like, it's a reoccurring theme, though, right?
This is it. We decide what happens next.
Like, I wouldn't be mentioning it if it was only one instance of it, right? Now, we're not going over there because we got, that just feels foolhardy. I think that's the intent, right, eventually, but no, right now,
Spread out.
they just never interact with each other, so they just never die. I mean, thankfully they're doing a good job of being chill today. This is actually a reasonable amount of drones considering. There we go. Alright. No, Blood, go. If you weren't here for the first time we played this map, go watch the first time we played this map. It was ridiculous.
Huh? Good for us.
I actually genuinely think it would be helpful for them if they just like axed the number of spawns on maps and just made them more lethal. Like, make the spectacle of a giant battle rare. It kind of goes into like the whole talking point too earlier, right? Of just like, it just feels so uncontrollably dense. No, Sleepy, that's part of it too, right? Like, it's not just one thing, it's the whole picture together that causes issues, right? Guns or lasers just causes issues, right? But I also think too, just like I said, I'm not even mentally against the idea of like upping the TTK, or rather lowering the TTK of enemies on you, right? Like having enemies bullets actually like really fucking hurt. Like this Exo like kills you in like a second. But like making it not a common occurrence, right? What are you doing in there? Like part of the issue is like you see like 5 million Exos everywhere, so if they actually did kill you in one shot, you would die all the time to them. And like when you have small maps like this too, it just feels overly dense.
I'm the last one standing.
It's not about avoiding patrols anymore, it's just about pushing through them. Alright, where's this lost memento? Did you just spawn in front of me? I would like honestly, I would love to see if they could just like, I would love to see a build of the game where they like nerf the amount of enemies on maps like by like half, but up the lethality a ton. Granted, I still think there'd be map design issues in regards to like Mesa's like center of the map would be miserable, but still. Alright, it's probably time to leave. That's one aspect too, right? Is like the enemies aren't really balanced to fighting each other also. There's lots of times where the enemies will just bounce off each other for an extended period. Also the respawns are so quick. That guy, yes and no. Like, there's a difference between miserable and like hard, right? Miserable is like to the hard to the point where it's not even enjoyable anymore, right? Like, there's difficulty and there's artificial difficulty, and artificial difficulty is like leaning into the miserable aspects, right?
Nail them down and we can break out.
Yeah, and for example, like, a great dynamic, right, or a great point of it, like, hunter killers, right? EOD hunter killers, they're not challenging, they're frustrating. In a way, Guam, but not necessarily like night shifts, right? Like, right now, enemies... On regular maps right now, enemies die so quickly because the things are constantly respawning. They can't patrol around and like do sweeps and scans and like look for you or like have any engaging gameplay, because the second they kill an enemy, like another one's going to spawn and occupy them again, right? It kind of just turns into like a corpse grinder, right? Where they just instantly keep killing each other over and over again, so nothing ever happens in regards to like the AI at all. And I will say, like, weirdly enough, night shifts are better paced than most maps right now, actually. Am I saying that should be the case for every single instance of the maps? No, but like... Yeah, it just feels like a pocket of events, right? Because they can never go beyond that pocket or that area where they spawn, because they just instantly just keep fighting each other, right? there's actually been a few instances too, like Mesa was a very bad instance of it, but like during one of the iterations of Mesa, it was really cool because I went AFK for a bit and let the game run and came back, and you know what happened? I was in an area where the spawn stopped happening, and like, you know what happened? Something that you wouldn't see in the actual game right now. Leftover cyborgs, like regular like bulk cyborgs, joined up with cyborgs with guns. They can actually they have the feature set to actually reform as squads and do like patrols and sweeps together. So you actually had a mixed squad that organically developed of regular cyborgs and soldier cyborgs that went with P90s, right? And it looked so fucking cool, but you never get to experience that because they just constantly die because of how quick the respawns are on maps and there's no breathing room. It was such a cool organic moment. Like imagine just like you see a battle take place and like the survivor wins and now you have a mixed squad of EODs and like Europa soldiers perhaps. It was so genuinely cool. I'm so sad you never get to see that. All right, 545. And like, you can still have the spectacle of giant battles take place, but there needs to be that breathing room afterwards, right? There can be reinforcements that come in, but there has to be time, I feel like. And that time is like where you, the scavenger, should shine, right? Or shine, right? Like sneaking by, looting bags, and like collecting stuff, right? All right, AK. Like, what's more peak rat than just like watching two guys kill each other and then like letting them loot each other? Like, you let the winner get the first spoils, right? Or you ambush them, and then you go take what's left over. Like, how is that not peaked rat in Tarkov? Where's my AK at? There we go. Yeah, that's probably just pathfinding. I imagine they need to do like a fine pass on them. It's probably a time-consuming. It's probably like a very slow and time-consuming factor too to fix that. The mech AI, the vehicle AI. But we'll see. All right, shotgun. All right, we'll do one more babble. We'll still look for the lost memento. That works too. That guy, like using your kills as bait because you're trying to bait in smaller rats. They don't like blood. They don't even need to make the player weaker. They need to make scary units scarier, but scarier in a way that makes sense. Like the analogy I like to use, right, is say, as opposed, say you're on Mesa, and say like you're below Shantytown, and you're like you know, there's some Europans there looting some bodies of some dead Eruskans, and off in the distance of the map, right, there is the Titan. But let's say there's a medium mech guarding the Titan, like just a Europa medium mech. It's very far away, like it's just doing its own thing. You see it walking around, patrolling the area. Occasionally you might see it let off a few shots in the distance to some other target. But like, say for example, you engage that Europa squad and you hear one of them get on comms for backup, right? And now you suddenly see, like, you hear off in the distance the medium mech turning towards you, and you just see it light up, and you just see the tracers and the muzzle flare start blaring in your direction, right? And it lights up your like area full of tracer fire and blowing you up, right? And that should kill you in an instant, almost instantaneously, right? Like you should know, like, if you hear the radio call go out for help, like through voice comms or through like maybe some VO from the NPCs, you know that they're calling in the help for the medium mech. The medium mech, you hear it turn, you see the light on it, and it lights up like a 25 meters radius around you, and it obliterates you, right? Like, you make those lethal enemies not things you directly interact with, but more of like entities on the map that you want to actively avoid, right? Have you guys seen the game with the police officer, the giant police officer, right? It's like, imagine the medium mech was that guy. And one of the ways you could piss him off was interrupting his little soldiers doing looting. There's a game, what's it called? Hold on. Let me find the name of this game. Hold on. Someone put it in chat. You remember what it's called? There's like a giant police officer in the center of the map. Hold on. Hold on. Oh yeah, Militsanir? Hold on, I'll put it in chat. Something like that. Look at it, it looks fucking amazing. It's so fucking novel. What the? Uh-oh. Everything's alright. Nothing's wrong. It was working last patch too, but I guess the way they did the movement of the guns, I guess worked it. All right, so no third-person aiming or first-person aiming today. So many dead bodies. But no, Militsanir is like the thing of the game is like there's like a giant police officer in the middle of the map who just like watches and like you can influence his behavior and like he just does stuff. But like he's essentially an Overwatch, right? But like, and that's the kind of the point too. Like the things like medium mechs and like that, those shouldn't be interactable by us, right? Like we can try to kill them, but it requires the fucking team to even approach it, right? Because it like if it turns on its main guns on you, right, it should just instantly kill you basically. But they should be like almost rare, right? You shouldn't see one, and like let alone to like when you actually see them battling other Yaruska medium mechs, it should be like an insanely deadly affair, right? When do you see tanks just like constantly shelling each other over and over again, right? In the modern era, it's usually a single, like whoever gets the first well-placed shot off and you're dead. Leave me alone. I can't see. The problem is, okay, the problem is this. The regular mode is this for ADS, so if I do that, it aims, I have to stay close over the shoulder. I guess it's not ADS either, I'll just fucking shoot from the hip. But like that's the point of like difficult too, I wouldn't mind, like, right? It's just like the high TTK or low TTK enemies, right?
Everyone for themselves.
No. Yep. No, I mean, yep. What the hell happened to your legs? Oh my god. Oh my god, what did I do? Yeah, grenades ragdoll you, and it's an animation lock, so like you get knocked down and just like, I'm pretty sure you have iframes during it, but like you just don't get to do anything during it. So like for example, like that knocks you down, and then like you're just standing up for like, is that 3 seconds? 4 seconds? I really, oh god. I'm kind of curious what happens if you get ragdolled midair. I mean, that's such a low, that's like the world's lowest bar. I mean, honestly, Sleepy, it would feel awful if you didn't have iframes though. Essentially, there's a thing I like to say when DMing, or like giving advice on DMing, never put your players in a death spiral. Because at that point, you're not, like, they have lost the agency to win that fight, basically, and they're just playing out how they die. Like, death spirals are, like, one of the, like, almost least fun things in the world. There's a difference between killing your players and making them go through a long, convoluted cycle of dying, where they're not deterministically dead, but they might as well be, because every turn that passes, they're getting weaker and weaker and more likely to die. Like, death spirals are not a popular feature, and for good reason. They feel miserable to be in. They sound cool on paper to like a designer or a DM, but if you've ever been in a death cycle, it's fucking miserable. Because it doesn't feel like you have agency anymore, right? I'm using those 3D printers, right? Because it looks cool. Here's the problem, right? This is the default view, and like the default view when you're zoomed out, like when I ADS, it goes into this. The problem is if I don't do that, like I'm like claustrophobically attached to Maskman. So a death spiral in a video game is a game that punishes you for like failing by making it easier to fail. So the way I'll like, one of the, it's like Stunlock but worse, kind of, sort of. So, I just missed a die. Okay, we're good. I'll give you an analogy, or give you an example in D&D terms. So, let's say, for example, you're a player fighting a wight. And a wight has the ability to drain your strength. And let's say you're a fighter, and you need your strength to hit and do damage, right? So every single time the wight drains your strength, it makes it harder for you to hit it and harder for you to do damage, right? And it gets to the point, right, where you're not dead yet, but you effectively can no longer do anything. But so like you're dead in everything but physical state. Like you are going to die, but you have to go through the motions of dying now because it's not a quick death. The strength drain doesn't kill you immediately. It makes you weaker and weaker and weaker until you die. But as it makes you weaker, you lose more and more agency because what you can do means less. That's one way of putting it, right? That's an example of it, right, in regards to that. So essentially, like, it's kind of like for example, like in an RTS, right? Like, for example, StarCraft 2, very rarely will players ever make you go to, like, actually kill them in-game, right? The vast majority of players will just GG and bow out. And... oh my fucking god. And what they're doing? Holy shit! It's fucking the Flash! Okay, that guy was fucking fast as shit, my god. But like, for example, in like StarCraft 2, right? Very rarely will, like especially with like more veteran players, will they ever like just not concede when they feel like they hit that death spiral, right? When they feel like the game's not over, but like you're deterministically going to lose the vast majority of time, is when they drop out, right? They're not gonna make you kill them. They're just gonna say like, okay, at this point, like I have now entered a spiral where you have such an advantage where I'm going to lose eventually. And so as opposed to playing out that death spiral, they just kill themselves and just GG and quit and go to the next game. It might take that other player an extra 10, 15 minutes to kill them completely. Not really in StarCraft 2 terms, like another 5 minutes to kill them completely. But like, why would you, as they're on the receiving end, want to enjoy that, right? Or be under that effect? It's like forfeiting, right? Like the ability to forfeit, the ability to GG in a game, in a way, is like a release valve for situations like that. The example sort of in this game, right, is where you get, like, if you didn't have iframes, you get knocked down, right? Okay, I'll just use an example from last patch, right? A classic example from last patch is, say, for example, you got shot by a grenade launcher and you get stunned. And sure, you're under iframes during that stun, but you know what happens? The exact timing you get out of the iframe and stagger is when the next grenade is going your way. It's a 1-2 punch. So like, that first time you get staggered by a grenade launcher, you're not dead yet, but you are effectively dead. And so, like, at that point, it is a quick degree of feeling awful, right? It's over quickly, don't get me wrong, but like, that 1, 2, 3 second of feeling just like you have lost all agency or control of your character and now you're going to die, but you're not dead yet, feels bad. I've gotten him up, but I haven't gotten as long as I need to go farm that, I think, actually. Go farm those parts. There's a difference between failure virtual and, like, there's a difference between, like, you failing and you getting punished more for failing. You getting shot by a grenade launcher and taking a, like, dying instantly is you failing. You getting killed by a grenade launcher, like, or sorry, you getting staggered by a grenade launcher and feeling bad for 1 or 2 seconds of you not being able to do fucking anything is different. It's small, but things like that add up over time. It adds to the frustration, right?
Not what I wanted.
Hey, Tank.
Units nearby.
I know, I do agree, Sleepy. Like, in a way, like, what I'm actually saying is this. I would prefer, actually, I would think it would feel better from a single player standpoint that if you just got shot by a grenade launcher, you died. I think that's better than the 1-2 punch you experienced last patch.
Eyes on us.
That if you took a direct hit from a grenade launcher and it exploded, you were just dead. I just got fucking fist punched. I don't think I could have gone around that way maybe and jumped over. Oh well. But no, just I don't like the iframes either too, right? Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, think of that, like, it's just like, that's a way of describing a death spiral, right? You don't want to be, like, no one wants to be tortured over time, right? They just want, like, and they don't want to be, like, they're getting, like, arbitrarily punished over time, too. All right, let's go run, go over to Bagman. Let's go run Scrapyard and try to get some parts for, good old Lordos. Getting to, like, the problem is this, right? If I get knocked down for five seconds, it's probably like 3 or 4. But let's just say, let's get, like, yeah, 3 or 4 seconds, right? You get knocked down, and then you get surrounded by, you know, 20 cyborgs, and then you die, right? It just feels, doesn't feel good. Like, you have absolutely no agency at that point. And it's not cinematic either. I mean, I don't know. I don't like it, is basically what it amounts to. It doesn't feel good to me. Like, if you had, like, say for example, right, like, it's also because of, like, the lack of choice too, right? You get knocked down and the only thing your character can do is stand up. You don't, like, lay on the ground and start shooting. You don't do any of that. It just, yeah. And if the thing is, right, like, they're working on adding in the ability to prone and shoot, maybe, like, you get knocked on your back and you start shooting, as opposed to, like, Like that'd be cool, right? Because you like it's changing your state, but you still have agency in that state, right? You can shoot, you can stand up, you have choices when you get knocked down, right? There is no choice when you get knocked down, you just do an animation to stand back up again, right? Was the choice before getting shot by a grenade launcher? In the current state in the game? Or for example, you throwing a grenade? All right, so just don't use explosives, never get hit by explosive at all. Understood. All right, scrap auto. Like if you're gonna have an effect of like a state change is different from you getting animation locked. If they wanted to knock you prone where you can shoot when you're prone or have some choices when you're prone, that's a different thing entirely. And like if the part is that like this is only part one of a multi-step solution, like, you know, you get knocked down, they're waiting for prone functionality, then hold off on it for now. I mean, you couldn't lose iframes right now until they actually added more functionality. I mean, I wouldn't mind that Sleepy Pig if they just up lethality on everything. I mean, but granted, like, though, it wouldn't be like direct hits, though. It'd be like, you know, radiuses. I think this is not the state where the guys spawn, though, unfortunately. Do they spawn on this one? I think it's only the white one they spawned in on. Do I see brawlers? The game has iframes when you're in a state of getting knocked down. What the hell is going on with those? Did we break the game? What the actual? The cyborgs are moving normally. The EODs are on fucking crack, though.
We're on the clock. Kill 'em quick.
I wonder if they're calculating their weight or something like that for, like, velocity. When they run, they really run. Holy shit. There's no way it's time to frame rate. That would be ludicrous. No, Virtual, there is definitely scenarios where, like, you would survive something from because you got iframed. Yes.
Brought enough ammo to drown an army.
I mean, back in the day, though, Sleepy Pig, all games basically use some form of, like, frame rate dependent upon, of stuff. Sort of tank. It's sort of like that, but it's more in the sense of if you're gonna kill someone, just make it quick and not have it get drawn out. You can, Sleep, I've done that, you can, Virtual.
I hate it down here.
Like, on a very, like, in-game, like, if you're familiar with the whole thing with death spirals in, like, a D&D RPG setting tank, it's like that. So I think we're looking for the white variant mainly. We'll bring a few grenades in. It will sort of kind of like, it's more in the sense of just like minimize the amount of feel bad moments you present to players in the game where they have no control at all. So for example, I'll bring some grenades and we'll show them with grenades. So like,
Now let's roll out.
So we get knocked down.
Before we sleep.
Hold on, let me actually time this. I think it's 3 seconds, but let me actually get like an actual timer on. That's a 5 second timer actually. I thought it was 3 or 4. That's actually 5. So when you get knocked down, there's a 5 second timer where like all of your inputs are invalidated basically. Sleepy, to a degree, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I tilted the game. I tilted the game. Am I on the ground? What did I do? Everything's tilted. Can I fix it? Nope, I guess we're tilted now. I mean, Sleepy, like yes and like 1 2 second, 3 second, like 1 and 2 second, but like 5 second like of animation. Sleepy, think of it this way. Imagine when you got ragdolled in Helldivers 2, there was a 5 second delay before you could do anything. Also, this is the wrong variant again. I need to go back to white variant. This is not where the brawlers are at for the for Orgamech, for Lordos. Just a wee bit tilted here. Just a little tilty. And like, no, like Tank, this is like usually Sleepy Pig. It's not, you don't need to make every concession for like more casual players. Well, it's also virtual. You get control of your character back immediately when you hit the ground. Like there might be a second delay, but you get control of your character back so very quickly. And it's also a game too, where if you die, you're back in the game in like a minute at most. Usually wait like less than that. But like the main thing is like you get control of your character back very quickly, and you can shoot while you're on the ground. Like you have options, right? Like when you get knocked to the ground, right? You can shoot on the ground and try to like clear things around you. You can dodge again and get yourself moving away. You can start getting up and sprinting away. Throw a stratagem on the ground too. Like there's lots of stuff you can do when you're actually knocked on your ass in Helldivers. So it's not like an insta death. Oh yeah, 100%. Hold on. Hold on, I need to get knocked out here. They don't even attack me. There we go. Nope. Yeah, I'm perfectly iframed. I guess there's like probably like a minimum, like you can't really get ragdoll consistently. Let me out. So very, very polite. Yeah, door stuck. Oh no, I have no qualms with testing in this game because I have so much shit. No qualms at all. I do lose in 5.56 though, which is kind of sad, but it'll be fine. Actually, let's go shotgun, I think, for cyborg reasons. Hold on, let me fix this. Damaging yourself hurts your rep with scavs. Womp womp, they're all out anyway. Hey, Bunko. You real jerk. Desperate times. Looking for brawlers. Looking for the white variant. Be fantastic. I think it's just gonna give you like a better view. There we go. This is the brawler variant we're looking for.
If you lose contact, crew.
So the reason why we're forcing this one is because the brawlers drop components for Lordos, and they spawn infinitely on this map. It's going well, Duffs. At this point, yesterday was a big moving day. We're like getting stuff like packed up. A lot of stuff like got cleared out yesterday, which is why I was not streaming yesterday. Just the people who could help me during that day were only available that day. But other than that, like it's really, we're almost, it's basically all set. There's a little bit more I have to do, like clothes and stuff, but other than that, it's basically done. Boxes everywhere. So many boxes. If I had the ability to download this game and stream on the back of a U-Haul, man, U-Haul's got it good. They stuck up there. Whatever. Let's go over here then. Start working on the brawlers.
Same as it
I also think too, by the way, a very relatively fair way of doing like punishing, like not necessarily staggers, just aim punch, right? It doesn't need to be excessive for it to be like actually noticeable, right?
shit's getting exciting.
Yeah, interesting. The IFFs are dropping off their own now. IFFs have their own bags. I think right now I don't disagree with you, but like right now I think there's both. I think camera and gun recoil should be taken into consideration when doing the actual recoil system, and I do agree with you, like certain things should affect the gun recoil and certain things should affect the camera recoil. I do think it was a mistake to get rid of all the camera recoil. 100%. No, yeah, I agree with you, right? Like, so what I mean by this, right? So when I'm referring to camera recoil, hold on. So what I mean by camera recoil, right, is like, say for example, you shoot a gun, and your gun moves up a little bit to like the left and top right. Actually, let's do this. So bang, and then like your gun moves up this way, right? So your whole camera shifts with you shooting the gun. The actual just recoil of the gun though is like what you see right now as the gun moves around. Yeah. And there's certain games that do pure camera, there's certain games that do pure gun recoil, right? And I think there's a happy medium in both. And like, for example, you can control aim punch by having only affect camera recoil, weapon recoil. But camera recoil is a good way of making the guns feel like relatively powerful. Am I only finding spine so far? Do I need to find some other unit to actually get lungs for this guy? Or just bad RNG? You definitely get the spines off brawlers. Hey, they drop lungs? Lungs from cyborgs? Yeah. I haven't found any yet. Hey Vinny, how's it going? But like right now, the recoil is just like nothing, so it feels weird. Thanks, Vinny.
Brought enough ammo to drown an army. Right.
Where's my infinite brawlers at? Yeah, they're stuck up there. Ow. Just shooting at me? Are the organs considered lungs? Or are they actually gonna say logs? Those are brawlers? No, just cyborgs. It says actual lungs, okay, good to know. Yeah, I think I just found one actually. Interesting to have the cyborgs breathe. Guess they still need oxygen. And still got some meaty bits that require the O2s. Alright, definitely got at least one. Alright, they're still stuck up there, I think. Where be all the NPCs? I might just run it back, actually. I mean, yeah, NPC in regards, I don't think it's gonna be everyone on map blood, but yeah, NPC like in the innards. I definitely think that like that's probably what they're painting here. That makes sense. Frozen Swamp's a good map for that. They spawn really aggressively there. Oh, good old Bagman. So thoroughly slow.
Never enough hours in the day.
All right, how many lungs we got? We got 2 lungs. 3 lungs, we're good. We can fix Lordos. And I have spines already too, I think. Don't worry, Lordos, I'm coming. I'll make you a new boy. Wait, we don't get to see the surgery? Aw. Don't worry, I already got spines, I think. Oh, you need 10, never mind. Why do I have a lot though, actually, I think I already got. How many spines do I have? I have the components. I have 6, so we don't need that many more. Why don't we just run it back then? I'm surprised we didn't see many more brawlers on that map, considering they usually spot a ton there. You know, I'll follow Lordos's advice. I'll bring a grenade launcher in. This feels safe. All right, scrapyard. Looking for the white variant again, hopefully. Other spots for brawlers? Oh, this patch. Yeah, this is the wrong map. It's for Lordos. And they drop off brawlers. Other spots for brawlers? Sometimes Frozen Swamp, but not really. What other spots are good for brawlers? I'm not really thinking of any, right? I think this is the de facto best map for brawlers. Oh, I guess you could do, there is a spawn an elephant, but it's not very often. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of maps that have consistent brawler spawns outside of this one map on the white variant. We still need the Meat Boy too. Haven't seen him yet. You figure out the Meat Boy yet, Michael? Yeah, rerolling for Night Shift on Scorch, I imagine that's not a great way of farming brawlers. There we go.
If you lose contact, group.
This is what we were looking for. Traditionally, too, this usually has infinite brawlers, too. As long as they don't get stuck. At the very least, there's 3 on this map. Unless one died, you didn't find it. There's always at least 3 on this map, the white variant, at the very start of the raid. Anything after that is a little bit more random, but they usually do spawn consistently. I can't swap guns. Hold on. No. All right, we good? All right, we have our 2 squads of Eruskins, then usually an officer brawls behind them. Where are my brawlers at? Wait, really? Oh, that's funny. I wonder if that's intentional or just by an accident. They're trying to appeal to the cursed gun market. Where are my brawlers at? I can't see you, this isn't fair. I can't see you. There we go. Are there really no brawlers in this variant right now? Huh. That's a first. I think it's just the light making it look blue. Alright, I think it's just time to leave if there's no brawlers here. Sadly seems to be the case though. Let's go over to Elephant. There's a spawn in Elephant too. Wait, did I just hear them? I heard something over here. It could be behind a percentage meter now. So like as part of their Theaters of War update, it might be behind like Eurasia control the sector by a certain amount. So like if you don't have a certain percentage of like Eurasia control in this zone, they don't spawn. What other maps can we farm? Go over to Elephant, I think. There's a spawn in Elephant we can go check out. There's also, we should be able to, if we get Night Shift, we can force the respawn, I think, in the hangar.
Remember, we're already dead.
No, you can, they're not, yeah, you can play as any character you want, really. If you only want to main one character, you can. Nothing is really stopping you. You won't get access to some of the guns, like you won't be able to play with every single gun in the game, but like you will be able to play a single character. There are like alternatives for grenade launchers for characters like Scav Girl. Alright, so there's a spawn of brawlers over here to the left. I don't think they're infinite though, but they do spawn at least 3 of there. I don't think they spawn 100% of the time. No heavy rifles, yeah. Alright, let's see if the brawlers are over here. Might not spawn yet until I get closer. Nope. We'd have seen them by now. Yeah, like they'll spawn over here and then head down into like the actual area here. Is that one stuck on the rock? I'm seeing the it's the laser. No, they'll spawn up here and head down. Other areas for brawlers, they could actually be in the outer trench lines actually. They will spawn attacking the Europans there. Forgot. You don't have running sounds when you have the when you have pan this out. It does not make any running sounds at all. Very interesting behavior. The silent painless. Probably just missing a sound effect, I imagine. Oh no, the trench mech. Alright, let's see if there's any brawlers over here in the trench lines. They'll usually spawn the outer trench lines over here. This is Elephant Mausoleum. We're hunting for brawlers for components for Lordos. Yeah, we're looking for spines. We are collecting spines. You guys aren't aggro. You're not supposed to be shooting me like this. Cheaters. I wonder how much of this actually... Oh, you know what it is? The bug that's been in the game for a while now is now worse. So there's been a bug in a while. Sorry, English is hard. There's been a bug in a while for the game. The game's had a bug for a while. There we go. English is so fucking hard. Where if units are aggroed and if you're closer to them than the unit they're trying to shoot, they'll shoot you instead. At least that's how it seems that bug is. So say for example, like a drone aggro's right, and like the Europa officer it's aggroed on is like 26 meters away, and you're 25, even though it's not aggroed to you and aggroed to the officer, it will shoot you instead. And so with increased perception for all of the AI against other AIs, it means they're taking fights further away, which means it's much more likely now that you're going to be in between two units that are actively fighting, means they're going to shoot you a lot more. Oh my god. They're going to shoot you a lot more often now. Not when they're aggro, just from when like they're having that bug. Makigi, I don't know what you're talking about, even though I just mowed down an entire squad of your opens. Haven't the faintest idea. Whatever could you mean? I'm just here for some spines, okay? It's an animation bug? But why are they looking at you in the first place? Yes, that's the bug. Michael, how sure of you are that it's the animation causing that and not their targeting? No, that's great to hear. I didn't see a massive upload myself, but like it does feel smoother for me now. But my machine's weird though. I don't know why my machine's so weird, but like my machine is very like weird. I don't perform like other computers do. It's off-putting. Ragey, we've been running Scrapyard for a while for spines. We've gotten unlucky a few times. No, that was the go-to for a few raids. Well, the way yeah, they'll look at you and start shooting at you, but yeah, hold on. It's probably easier to test against infantry now too, but I'll make a note of that. It is definitely more egregious now, considering the longer aggro radiuses between two enemies, which is necessary, right? The enemies need to aggro to each other a lot more often than not, but like, it's very weird now. All right, time to get some spines.
Game faces people.
And this is the wrong variant. This is the issue with that like this though. You don't get brawlers on this variant. You can only get brawlers on the white variant. So it's just like a shit show of doing the extract over and over again. I mean, considering though, like, even though it's RNG, it probably still is like the better one to do out of all of them. Because like the other ones are even more RNG. Who loves target farming? We love target farming.
Shred 'em fast. Move on.
Yeah, I'm pretty low on 50 cal right now, so I'm not bothering with the Scar. Babel is Shantytown, yeah, they just renamed it. And we'll do a Babel again after we get their spines. We'll give it like 2 or 3 more runs. If we don't get a white variant, we'll go do some Babel breaks. God damn it. Who loves RNG? I love RNG. Blowing the bridge on Mesa just... The only thing that does, Jacob, is stop cyborgs from spawning. It's visually stunning. Like, Babel is a very good looking map. I like it. It has interesting different pathways through it, Babel does. It has a similar issue to all of the maps where none of the pathways are scavenger oriented. Like, my case in point is this, right? I do not care what the game ends up being. I care about what they label it as. Because it makes, like, I am perfectly fine one way or the other. I just want to know what the game's supposed to be. It's hard when, like, their marketing calls it the anti-shooter, but the game is it's like epitome of not that. I'm okay with it not being that. I just would like to know what the actual direction is. It's supposed to be a game that prioritizes stealthy, ratty behavior, or is it supposed to be Merc Wars?
Great job, crew. Get some sleep.
I'm okay with either or. I just would like to know the actual goal. 'Cause it feels more and more as time passes, any stealth considerations are going away. But no, the map is like visually stunning. You won't get lots of opportunities to experience it. It's got the problem every map does, right? Where it's not too small in the area it has playable. It's too small in the sense that there's no areas of reprieve or buffering between different areas, right? Like it's all just one chaotic little giant or small little zone. Mackie, you can blow the bridge on Ashen Mesa. As of the May patch, you can blow that up and summon the shield officer. All right. I need 4 spines. Brawlers, please oblige me. Gusto, 100%, but like, it has not been communicated that that shift has taken place. And that, like, a change in the direction of the game would 100% take place. Like, that needs to be stated out loud, right? If they wanted to move away from being the anti-shooter to just a shooter, I'm okay with that. They didn't just say that, though. That needs to be abundantly clear. Drunken, I have a 3080. The 10 gig variant. It's a nice hyper. Like, the new map looks really good. It plays better than Stairway, which is a low bar, admittedly, but it's better than Stairway. The new aggro is cool, but like it's got a very glaring bug right now. It's a bug that's been in a game for a while, but this patch highlights it aggressively. I would say the patch is cool, but has done nothing to I haven't. It doesn't feel like a giant leap, right? But though I don't feel like a monthly patch could ever make me feel that way either, though. Right? I will say grenades are triggering 100% of the time now, which is nice. Reinforcing patch was the last patch. There's apparently a system now in the back that's kind of managing how the respawns and what units spawn on what maps. All right, those are brawler friends. I would like your spines. It's very inconsiderate of you to not give me your spine. The game does run smoother, 100%. Like, that's assuredly a thing. Like, the performance is a lot better now. And I'm getting that constant reports across the board about that, too. So it's not just, like, one machine or one setup. Lots of people are reporting performance improvements. Should try here.
Watch those firing arcs. Keep it focused.
Gabe, I need a spine, Gabe. Gabe, I want a spine. Honestly, I know that's not a thing, 'cause they wouldn't do like something like that. That wouldn't be in the game, but it would be funny if that was the case. If you blew up their spine. I will say grenades are at least triggering properly now, consistently. That was a thing before where grenades would not trigger all the time. Yeah, the brawlers are invertebrates. Invertebrates confirmed. They ain't got no spines. That was dumb of me. Uh-oh. Don't worry, hold on. Oh god, I'm screen tilted again. Where are my brawlers at? They aggro from farther away now for sure, 100%. Oh yeah, 100%. I didn't. You realize that I didn't complain about that ragdoll. I deserve that shit. Brawler? Is that you, Brawler? No, it's just a fucking pack leader. We had 3 ballers and no spines. That's a miserable experience. Curse you, RNG. They usually respawn to this map. I wonder what changed. I guess just they no longer respawn. Oh well. I don't know. I do not know Y7. Okay, that was me shooting before I pulled out my gun entirely. I don't know why they're not responding for me then. Just bad RNG, I guess. There they go, okay. I guess I need to clear out. Okay, so it probably, maybe they're different spawns. They only spawn one of these at a time. Okay. Please give me your spawn. I'm more thinking that it might just be like an alternate spawn. Or it might just not spawn there's too many units on the map already. Alright, no spawns yet. I'd like some spines, please. I mean, I would just say, give us some time. Do spines not drop off the ranged ones? The world's slowest grenade. Hold on. I wonder if did the spines drop off the ranged ones? Or only the melee ones? Because I've been getting really unlucky with the ranged ones right now. Hey Washi, the AI is a lot more aggressive now, I will say. They aggro from farther away. And they do have a little bit more of a lull now before they start shooting, but it is better. That's like what, like the 6, I think, regular like ranged brawler. We haven't gotten one off yet. I think we got one almost off every melee one though. The game does run better, yeah, 100%. Let's do a babble break. While we farm for spines. Yeah, I don't think I got any more. I think they were down here. Yeah, still only 6. Let's do a scav girl with a stealth backpack. To see if we can avoid drawing the ire of every drone in the 5 meter radius, 500 meter radius. What gun? Something silenced. Vendors, less than 45. Vendors, talking to Bunko. Alright, we're good there. And sure, we have like nothing to actually like loot with because we have no space, but we can actually play the map at least. Alright, Babel. And we don't have pneumatic jump either, so we can't use any shortcuts. We have to go across the center of the map. Yeah, things see you from further away, which I don't have a problem with, but like, it just kind of highlights issues on the maps, right? Where just they're so open sometimes. It feels like their sprints are a bit too quick. Like they go kind of wild on the sprints. Keep in mind too, we have the stealth backpack on too, right? So we should be very not noticeable.
Not enough ammo in the world for this.
Like, the landscape looks so fucking cool in this map. Well, it's not even, I don't even think they turn on a dime too. Like, their legs turn on a dime, but they don't, like, themselves turn on a dime, right? Like, their hips are not very attached to their lower torsos or their legs. I still haven't found the sharp memory yet. It might be over here.
Enough ammo in the world for this.
See, like right there, that was shooting us without being aggroed. That's now multiplied by 100. I need to mention that to them. 'Cause it's real bad. So like, they're not shooting right now. I think they only when they start shooting something else. Like, what are they aggroed to?
Not enough ammo.
What are you currently aggroed to that's not involving shooting me? Okay, now they're shooting me, but they're not aggroed to me. And now they are. It's not pot shots though, it's a bug. Like if it was an intentional feature, it'd be one thing, but it's not. It's a bug.
Looks like we won't
Call it what it is. It's been in the game forever. And it was the problem with drones because the drones have the one instances where it happens a ton, but now it's happening to all the infantry too. Like, I wouldn't mind a pot shot, but I wouldn't mind a pot shot feature too, right? But like, it's a difference between like intentional and non-intentional, right? And balancing around the intentional. Like having an NPC yell at you and taking a pot shot at you is one thing. Having the Euruscan Air Force shoot you from across the map because you're closer than the enemy they're trying to shoot is different. No, yeah. Like, it was easier to hand wave before because it was only drones, but like this is happening to all the units now. This is Babel. Formerly known as Shantytown, which looks so fucking cool. Like, it makes me so sad this is the only area we can actually explore as a central ravine here. Look at all these cool buildings and all the verticality. Yeah, that's just death. I refer to our previous conversation, Blood. I'll believe it when I see it for the first instance. Keep in mind, like, Blood, this is also, like, considered to, you know, the plan is to go live this year. I like, monthly updates, that feels like a go live. I mean, I'm hopeful, right? But like, I'm not gonna overhype myself too, right?
We brought all this gun.
Overhyping yourself is when you get to 1.0 and then you feel real fucking bad for being on the hopium. Where's this damn knife? Virtual right now, like, there's no progression in the game really. They're still working on that. So like, it's really just kind of play and vibe for right now. The game is hard, like, don't get me wrong, it's hard for some. You know what I genuinely think needs to happen? There needs to be like an auditory heat map in this game for how units react to gunfire. Benj, I think that's a good way of putting it, right? It's really cool, don't get me wrong, but it does feel like a clusterfuck.
Bad luck today.
Doctor, I would say if you like the vibe of the game, absolutely, right? Especially on sale right now. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll give it a lot of shit here and there because like some of the bugs are frustrating, but overall it's a great game, right? That's trying to do something unique. So I think that's worth supporting myself. So an auditory heat map is like this, Go Gusto. So like, right now,
Brought all this good.
when you shoot, things react to you like it's in a vacuum. Like there's no other sound going on. Because they're not comparing against everything else. So if you break the map into cells, into divisions, and you record the DB, the auditory levels of that area, right? You can have what the player's doing be affected by that. So say for example, I'm using a Spectre that, let's say, you know, produces 80 dB of sound. If there's a gunfight happening in this cell that's like 90 dB worth of sound, the enemies aren't going to hear it or notice it over the sound of their own gunfire. It's essentially emulating, are the NPCs going to notice you randomly shooting when everyone else is fighting around them?
Looks
Sort of, kind of, but even more mundane than that, right? Like it's shooting in sync with the entire war going on. Yeah, it's essentially making the AI healing more realistic and make it less so, make sound so it's less important, but like, the big thing is right now is, as you saw across the ravine there, the entire other half of the map started aggroing to me from just shooting a few times. See ya, Duffs. Where the hell is this box? But no, this map is gorgeous, by the way. Like, I can't fault any of their maps for how fucking beautiful they are. Was that the? No, ball bearings. It shouldn't be that performative, to be honest, or shouldn't be that taxing, I would think. Oh well, Sleepy. If you're saying it reminds you of Hawken, that's because the artists are from Hawken. Miles, like one of the lead, you know, people in the game, right? Miles. He worked on Hawken. Where the fuck did you come from? Yeah, I mean, Little Papa, that's kind of, I almost feel like, the maps are all bespoke, but like, I almost feel their inability to want to recycle things feels kind of like the downfall. Blood. There you go. Essentially, what he's saying, essentially making, like, casually, he's saying, oh, this is it. Okay. This is the metal container here. Oh, this requires a drill. I need to go find a drill. How bugged are you? Did you just spawn in front of me? No, but like what they mean by that, casual, is essentially like the assets and like the making of the maps is all just like hand done. Like all of the art here, all of the objects here, like they've made themselves, they put it all together. You're not gonna find any like prefabs or like, you know, what's it called? Like, a lot of games will use the scans and mega scans. This is all by them. Oh, interesting. Wow, you used an entire drill and got an MRE? You got fucking scammed. Kid Bashy too, yeah. Ooh, brawler, give me your spine. Oh. Maybe it is the melee ones only. Gotta drop some stuff, hold on. Bye. Give me your spine. Alright, that one did not drop a spine. I'll take one though. And now a sudden desire to live. I have collected the spine. And keep in mind too, we are wearing the stealthy backpack as we move across the map, so we are like being somewhat hidden. We should go around this way, I feel like. I feel like this knife's gotta be somewhere, like in some special container. Is there something up here? That's such a tease. Such a tease. Wait. I'm free! You can't contain me. I don't know where to go from here. I have broken free. What's on? Ooh, what's on there? I shouldn't go down there. That was a little sketch. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Why did I get back onto it? All right, we're gonna stay off of that. Damn it. They put a wall here. How forward thinking. Yeah, well, alright. Back down we go. I have not, I thankfully have not been murdered by the drone yet.
Good times.
So we got a more spine. But apparently brawlers spawn on Babel, so there we go. Alright, so brawlers spawn on Babel. SMG wise. Just run a shotgun to be honest and go not stealthy. I'm out of Vepers, so no. I wish I can run. That's pretty good. We'll run it back on Babel and see if we can get a few more of the cyborgs. A few more brawlers. Vendors, Heisenberg. What have I been doing to upset you so thoroughly? That's fine. I don't think so. I've probably hurt myself a few times. That'll hurt your scav rep.
Another beautiful day on the surface. We brought all this gun for you.
Man, they made snipers a lot squishier now. How did that aggro? See, now it's shooting me without being aggroed. I'm closer.
Not enough ammo.
Across we go. I like Gunhead. I really like characters with downsides like that, right? Trade-offs. I think healing is really strong right now, which is why Gunhead feels really, really bad. See, Gusto. But no, I like the idea behind Gunhead, right? Like having some power, but a real trade-off. I think he'll feel better in time when healing becomes less like oppressive. Like eventually there'll be a point where like I imagine that having a high health pool will be better than having lots of medkits, or like it'll be a good trade-off. Ow. Be free, civilians. Good luck against the drones. It's always balanced by less units on maps. You make the enemies more lethal by actually promoting stealth gameplay and letting people actually play stealthy on your maps. By making them bigger, providing alternate routes, or just making the enemies less dense and not so aggressive on respawns. So like the few enemies you do run across are insanely lethal. Turns out eating a burst of 50 cal real bad for your health. I always like originally thought this game too, right? Like you would be exploring vast networks of trench lines that are mostly abandoned, and like you would come across random patrols of like, infantry, right? But like the combat encounters you would fight would be few and far between, but you would want to probably avoid them or make sure you do a very good job of taking your fights, right?
Not enough.
Now that is putting a lot of burden on the AI, we'll say. But like, I definitely think that's, in my opinion, the way to go. Hold on, I'm reading! Have you no decency? Please watch, he must not hide himself. If you are not careful with him, he will get rid of you. He dug his own grave, as you see from above, and his coffin below. Oh, okay. I guess that's meta. It's more in the sense that like the original premise of this game, Virtual, even from Merlo's videos, is the premise of an anti-shooter, right? Like a shooter where like you're not supposed to be like shooting, right? Or like you're supposed to be punished for taking aggressive paths. It's supposed to be hard to be aggressive.
Looks like we're old smokers.
Daniel, the only thing I want to see is just the ability to like have NPCs kill them. Oh, it's not. That's the pain point, Virtual, right? Like that's the whole thing in regards to like, if they don't want to be that anymore, that's perfectly fine. I think just making sure that's clear and concise in regards to like, the direction you're taking your game in, right? There's no wrong answers, but you need to make sure you say the answer out loud. And let everyone know what your answer is. Otherwise, there's confusion in what your game's trying to be.
Christmas.
Like that's essentially the problem, right? Is the cognitive dissonance from like just the lack of understanding where it's going. You can have a very stylized sort of, like, I would say, combat system in your game and still have it feel gritty, right? Like, honestly, 40K to some extent is a very kind of arcadey stylized game, right?
Not enough ammo in the world for this.
Well, yeah, beep, but like, if they're trying to pursue the anti-shooter, do you think they're doing a good job right now by making everything just like crazy killable? Or just like you're supposed to go like run around gunning everything? Like that if you like this map, for example, right? How like does this map kind of fulfill your desire of an anti-shooter? When like you kind of have to gun through the map to get through it?
Christmas.
Oh, I'm usually not a guy for a definitive Zebra Sleepy Pig. I'm never gonna say, like, in a game like this, you should never be allowed to be that guy. But it needs to be controlled, right? Or it needs to have some risk behind it. Right now, it's just the default state. Yeah, there's lots of different ways of doing it, right, Virtual? And it probably needs to be multifaceted anyway. I feel like the spawns are just so thoroughly aggressive on this map.
Not dead yet.
I'm not sure though, Lil Papa. I mean, I can't say you're wrong, but it doesn't feel that way to me.
Not enough ammo.
I would like to get over there. There's a few things in the way. They added in a decoy grenade now. Like that's the one thing you have access to now is a decoy grenade.
I've been waiting for this.
So like that's an option in a sea of things that probably need to be added. And like it's they did add a decoy grenade, correct? So you can throw a decoy grenade for when there's the rare instance where enemies aren't actively fighting each other. I would like to pass, please. Like, fuck it. Remember, stealth backpack. I definitely think they would have saw me otherwise. This stealth gameplay, sprint through the open because the enemies where meters just don't go up enough quickly enough. Yeah, but like, what is this? Like, are you saying that Kuchiro, that like the scavengers should just lean into being mercenaries because they're really good at it because the NPCs aren't lethal enough? Or they're too squishy, or they're easy to abuse. So just be like, we should just be mercenaries. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that like that level of conscious thought about the game, the direction it should go in, I feel like should be relayed to an extent. And I don't think that's like leaning into the anti-shooter. It's leaning into the shooter, which is once again, I kind of don't care where it ends up. I just more care that wherever it goes so cohesively. See ya, Delta. Because, like, if you don't know where your game's supposed to be going, right, there's a degree of cognitive dissonance that the players feel. And I definitely feel like I feel it also. Alright, that's enough babble for now. Let's go over to Scrapyard and get some spines. I mean, there's not. I can't say you're wrong, Adrian, because naturally, whatever you experience in game is definitely what you experience in game. I do think the right word is like a clusterfuck.
We brought all this gun for me.
Usually when I'm memeing or doing something questionable. Wait, did I just get reset on my reload? What the hell happened? There we go. I die all the time. It's usually a dime from being stupid. Yeah, I haven't seen. I'm not saying they don't, but like I haven't seen one drop one yet. I mean, yeah, sure. I think that's giving them a giant benefit of the doubt, but you're certainly welcome to do that. I think it's a clusterfuck just because they you know threw it together in a very short time span, and they have problems balancing maps around spawns. I think they made Yoruska infantry weaker. One-shotting regular Yoruska infantry is not usually the case with this gun. Oh, I think they've already said it was a mistake on their part too. The problem is like they're adding in puzzle pieces, but a lot of these systems shouldn't be presented to players as puzzle pieces. They should be like, so for example, right, the getting knocked down, like getting knocked down and staggered for 5 seconds. I kind of don't feel like that's the actual intent. It's just that that's V.01 of the actual system, right? But to you know develop on that, right, they have to put V.01 in the game first. I don't think they are beep beep. I just think, I don't know. It's just, I feel like there's a lot of vibes going on and not necessarily a lot of planning. I don't know. Mainly just scripted things can one-shot you. Like there's one-shot kill sync animations. If you're low enough, grenade launchers can one-shot you. Like in regards to like playing a newer character. There's certain named NPCs that can one-shot you with their guns. So yeah, there's plenty of things that one shot you. The actual like primary weapons for mechs one shot you too, but like they're just really awkward for them to use. So they don't usually one shot you, or they don't usually shoot at you at all.
We brought all this gun for you.
Unfortunately, these are the ranged ones, I'm pretty sure. So. What the literal hell is with this bug speed? It's actually kind of funny. Alright, any spines off regular brawlers? Or ranged brawlers? Does not look like it. Ranged brawlers are anti-spine. I did kill one more down here. Oh shit, melee ones. Big game. Oh my god, we got a spied. That was good, Nightfall. I can't fault any of their maps for looking great. Because they all look fucking fantastic. And Babel looks... Honestly, Babel looks really fucking good. I ask YouTube. Yeah, the both Eurasia Brawlers and Eruska Infantry feel way squishier. By a large margin. I got my spines. Gonna go fix Lordos.
Good times.
I wonder what step 3 is, if there's a step 3 yet. Step 3, find the guy, the meat guy. Not really. You lose your stuff, but you can go recover it. Yeah, nervous system, what do you need? Oh. I need to find an Orgamech brain case. So I need to do the group content, understood. I guess so. He insinuates that there gonna be a disabled Orgamech though. Is there maybe one on Babel? Let's go find Babel. Or let's go see if Babel might have one for us. Are you still advertised as... Yeah, 175. See, that text there insinuates that there's an Orgamech you can find that's not alive. Maybe that's just future-proofing, though.
It's always the same up here.
Ow. Yeah, it was Lordos. So it's he's big and red, aka Lordos. That was the one of the trailers. So I'm guessing that's gonna be the case.
Looks like we started something. Taking fire.
I'm already almost out of meds. That's on me. That's on me for eating a shotgun blast to the face. Oh my gosh, like an entire mag. Hey, Doom. We got a new map. More aggressive AI. Smoother frame rates, big improvement on performance. Other than that, not too much. A few new infantry animations to make them a bit more cohesive. New map looks amazing. I got my same reservations with the game though, in regards to certain things. Like, this patch has fixed a few things, and it's kind of highlighted some issues with the game that currently still exist. And I like the new map, but like I think it's got the issue where like it once again just doesn't have enough like scavenger pathways. Like we have all of these buildings around us, but like we have to go out in the open. It feels like the antithesis of being a scavenger, right? And being sneaky. I don't feel safe. I mean, I think they have, but like, that's something that you don't really notice, right? That's not like player presenting. That's only something that you can feel, but not actually show. I do think right now a big aspect is we are missing like versions of maps that are like mostly controlled by a faction. Like it doesn't feel like there's ever a front line. It just feels like a clusterfuck on every map. Yeah, there's a wall there. Understood. But in time, I think we'll get more expanded versions of that, hopefully. Oh, yeah, friendliness, like 100%. Like that's like literally on the nose of what I'm getting at right here, right? Is that the maps? It's not just. I don't want to put all of the blame on the maps themselves, but a very big aspect, in my opinion, is the maps do not facilitate movement to the map in a scavenger-like way. For example, like the biggest thing I'll think of this, right? If you want to make enemies lethal, you can't do that on a map like Ashen Mesa where there's no cover between the map at all. You have the empty giant plains of you're gonna get fucking one shot if we up the lethality. Yeah, that's kind of the case. I mean, they haven't like, that definitely was more so earlier than, they have like fixed some maps about that Doomblade, but that is the case a lot of the times, right? And I will say, one big thing they did fix was the animation syncing at distance. Like, so for example, like you notice how like Cyborg's far away would get stuttery in regards to the animations. That's now gone. They're now smooth again. So it is nice, but no, that is a big issue. It's also why, for example, I think leaning into the less is more approach and making, like, right now they might be hitting a wall as, like, we can only handle X amount of units on a map at a time. So make them more lethal, make them more interesting, make them deadlier, and then, like, scatter them across the map better. And add more time in between when they actually get reinforcements and, like, entryways into the map. This map is like actually beautiful though, like genuinely. That sky map and that like just the off-map terrain there looks amazing. It looks so fucking good. Like this map, like I cannot fault them for the art style and how beautiful the maps are. Well, what the hell is going on over there? Sorcery. It's got anti-grav tech. You see all the power lines going to it? It's floating. The madman. I think it makes it more, it makes you feel like more like a survivor too, right? Because it makes you respect the fact that like every single enemy you run across is insanely deadly to you. Like you are nothing but you like right now you feel like a super soldier because you are able to gun down endless infantry. But like making infantry more deadly and rare puts you kind of on like a level with them, right? Like you one-shot them, but maybe they can one-shot you, or not maybe one-shot because it's a game for all, you know, it is a game. Oh hey, you enjoying the view? I like the view. You like the view, right? Like look at this. Isn't this great? Hey, what the hell? God damn. I mean, it shot me first. It was self-defense, okay? Everyone saw it was self-defense. I need to jump. I can't get up there, sadly. I tried. Where's the chopper at, by the way? I hear it. It better not be in the fucking wall. No, I know, Doom, I do agree with you. You should feel very fragile. Oh my god, it's in the wall. You should feel insanely fragile, right? Like, fights should be quick and lethal. I actually think one of the biggest mistakes right now is how derpy NPC fights are and how unlethal they are. Like, you have enemies bounce off against each other for very long periods. I kind of feel if they ever get to the point where enemies are, like, that close, one of them should rock, paper, scissors the other to death. Like, to keep the illusion up, make sure one of them kills the other. I think the problem is that Snowman is that for Europa, they kind of, it feels like to me a lot of units for Europa actually require a good degree of like AI work or sophistication to actually be worthwhile. And like that's kind of the, like, it's easier for them to add like another unkillable unit for like that has very similar logic to other unkillable units, but like for them to add like Europa Spec Ops, right? They kind of have to perform on a Spec Ops sort of like AI level, right? All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the patch stream. I'll probably, hopefully get a patch video out before I move. Knock on wood. Other than that, this will be the last stream until I finish moving, so it's gonna be probably 2-ish weeks before I get back online. I'll be still around the Discord. Come join the Discord down below. I'll still hang out and talk, but like I won't be streaming again for another probably about 2 weeks. New video, hopefully, but yeah. I'm sorry, Snowman, you can watch the VOD. You can come talk to me in Discord, but unfortunately, this is the last one for a while. Anyway, take it easy, everyone. Have a good night. Have fun enjoying the patch, and I'll talk to you guys in about 2 weeks or so. Bye, all.